the Carlo are facing custody. I can't do DSS, all I can get. But if your friend is porn, that idiot, that loser, that imbecile, that idiot, let him come out and tell the whole world. The only one case of winning in this geology republic. Everybody win the case. I say, Joffo, as in you have win this kind of case. Oh, you and a criminal plotted by Madubugo. But the Joffo was plotted by Madubugo in this game. Whatever you think, Madubugo of India, that idiot, that short engine, that criminal. Onyoria, who said Madunami Carlo, or Madubugo of India. Madubugo is the Judas or Madubugo. Or you want the Judas in Biafralands. Because in everything I'm saying today, I have evidence. Madubugo, Labarite Geoffo, they have meeting with the Soludo. They always parading with the Governor Soludo, parading with the Malami, parading with that imbecile in Aso Rock, parading with the zoo government about Mazin and the Kalo to not be for no, that is can't hardly release here. As I'm talking to you now, Madubugo, Labarite Geoffo, today in Abuja, today as I'm talking to you, he stood up, stand that Nigerian government to make election in Biafraland. Yeah, they met today. But I will not talk anything. I don't tell the dagger bomb. I will come out. I will come out. Doja alatibum. You na no evidence for today. But they say Joffo, Oga Dregelama. That Onyoria. Madubugo, that short engine. Oga Dregelama. Madubugo, la barite Joffo. As I'm talking to you now, I'm a problem. But they say Joffo, la Madubugo, na lanso. How many problem? But they say Joffo, la Madubugo. What am I about to say, Joffo, for this case? Because I want to about to say, Joffo. Madubugo of Ijiala. Madubugo of Ijiala. Oga Drelamma. More like today that Madubugo Oga Drelamma and you must surely die. And that's what I do this one. To Sarah no Walile, to Sarah, you know, to Sarah, I don't know. Because it's Malabam, it's in Hoike, Obma, it's in Hike. Fight your woman anywhere. One, I'm not sure, not your hammer, but it's a job for Madubugo, Sapele. I am out of them. Sapele with criminal. Sapele at a hotel. Sapele users, not a hotel. Men's la fall. Sapele la hotel, let Jala Madubugo, la Pabese Joffo, let Jaba about game, let Burego la hotel. Now only Benaya, men's they fall in the war front. You feel like a drama. More than Sapele Gababu Sapele. More than Madubugo Gababu, when everybody say Jofunga Babuya. They will pay dearly for this men are falling. Pay in the Biafra. Feel Haga, I didn't Biafra. Okay, Menaya. Over Nanya, I love Biafra issue. Couple of million for Hanga Pato, Ngapatu. Everybody say your 4 July issue. None of that got up. I know dear. I have been dear. Everybody who feel rule. Even my name dear Bahaga, who feel like dear. I know the place. Now we have but about I walk I love Biafra, no. Oh, when you're Mamma Bugo, the same place, two of them self. Like that the same place, like Bob. Both my dear, follow that the same place. Even Madubugo was regretting that Yamana, I got bottom, a job for Yamana, I got be a Bahalaga Bob. But two of them, all criminals, these two armed robbers from Anambra State. This is the people that wanted to say this struggle. They have said it already, but I have a war for her. You know, work for them. Fair over this struggle, but I work on her. Through, and yes, I swear, I'm more promise them that they can never succeed. Biafra must surely come. Thunder the book, but it's a job. Thunder the book, my book, official. Thunder the book, Sapele. Why you use Sapele? Sapele is a organizer. Who is Sapele? Sapele when one naira. But today, Sapele got 100 hotel. No, ulelu no. Zo mo to ga we Sapele the ben naira. Go for there. Sapele. Oh, Sapele, that's Sapele idiot. He was the one that killed one reverend father. Oh, Bruce, reverend father. Burumotia, Bruebia. Oh, Sapele. I know the man don't use you. Oh, back I'm told you. Because today, my head don't spark. Because someone tell me it's evidence of money. These people are mad. They say they will use us. They can use us and dump us. Or they are now. I got to tell me, I think I'll be able to. I leave the zoo government in Galaba, and they didn't call baby. But I'm Biafra baby. They actually use right. He used our brain, he used all the whole mess. All the whole 11 million men. More than 11 million men in the Biafralands can actually use men and women. Factory use here. Men start to go to Mafma. Man, they have allegation. Man, they have allegation at you for which people man. Land they have allegation. This is the men people. Martin and the Calisatro, 100 men. And that is the 100 men that can actually push here. Can actually push here on there. The men people can actually push here. Satan will honor in the Biafraland, but I walk on. Let them wait. The ghosts are coming out. Eba akogoro we better say your for be ya sena. Ya ebe ya. Na won ga ko to be ebe ya. Even na won bomb ga do ebe ya. Bomb ga ku ebe ha. Man go gogoro the same say stand go go say won bomb ga to ebe ha. The won ga ku ebe ha. Won ga me ebe ha. O ga me this time. Man go go chere man ma dia. You better say your for chere I'm coming. O mo won ya me le ku oku a. To da ga bagbu unu. Unu feed unu ga Biafrans. The 11 millions of years in the forest. Unu ga use amet lada. Unu ja la bu le la ron la ron hotels. Na ga negotiation with Malami for armlessly. Kono ga ba unu wo trillion overnight. When private airline. Two of them na le ebe your follow madu go na le siboto pata. Ejiboto pata to two of them now. Because of ego, Judas had the imagine the kind of those criminals. And they go to Harole. We don't people had this on TV platform, this media. Some of them are sort on. I saw I run up and down. See how they make the media. You see, my brother and sisters, until I know them today. Can't go no, it's your cool. Let me tell you now. I beg. Follow who no road. Throw on your mozo. Throw on your get a this Biafra struggle. And I'm about no money the whole worldwide. A dollar a bosoto. Throw on your mozo. Throw on who will liberate you in this hand of these evil men. DOS are failures. Throw on autopilot Simon Eban. Onye obula let's for Simon Eban this struggle will die. Onye obula lekujo no obula subasa ekujo basara Simon Eban in this Biafra. Today 2023. Today is 10th of 2023. February. Onye obula lekujo this Simon Eban will die. Ala Biafra ga so anu oga adendo afu Biafra. Biafra ana have on donjo. And we will never have the criminals in the Biafraland. So on the Simon Eban. When you say Simon Eban ga nwurere. Onye ọbụla nọ today lekujo maazị Simon Eban ga nwurere. The person a ga-eli ala ga-eri ya. Ala ga-eri ya udeleri ozi ya. Onye ọbụla eso DOS ga nwurere. Onye ọbụla eso Tapele working with the DOS ga nwurere. Onye eso maazị this idiot mmadụ bụ ga nwurere. Onye eso Barike Jofo ga nwurere. Onye so Chike Jose ga nwurere. Onye so ima powerful bad criminal onye ozi ọ ga nwurere. Phone ancestry Oga Morere. Why are you taking to them betrayers? These are the mess. Spoil the name. Oh, how I made the US. I'm a member of the US in the Bamao. In the Australia, Ezioku. But this is the main key of DOS, the criminals in the DOS, or how I did. But it's a job for number one, Uyori, criminal. Uyori. Oga dere la mala to oga dere ba se job for mala to bali nya mala ban. Mala rola ron on because Osha ko ri aka. Ko all of them aka because I'm the secret. Eba ali all of them naga. Feel wo se la, I mo nya my boss. Na o buli the hala wo. Let's use I know the place. Man, India, I know where they go for India. Thunder Gababu, but it's your follow this time. I am out. Bana how they know me, they know my voice, they know what I can perform, they know me. Even at Sapele, they know what I can do. I am out for him and Sapele. Sapele we must die. Sapele must go down. Please, the whole world should share this thing and send to them. After I come out. I don't change, I won't change it. For anything on each of them now, let that kind fall. That's how they kick in Jaja. Feel the money that man. Every shot in Jaja. Never shot in Jaja, Buoba. But it's a job for British in Jaja. Is she Oba? Is she, but it's she Oba? Malaka, Nalebe, Eli Oba, Lish, Roller, but it's a job for Eli in Jaja. Lula Madabugo. By Sapele, cut the head for them and give it to them. The criminal. Faja no. Now he now he can get no way behind, but he can get maybe behind this time. But it's a job for sure. I'm going to go. All the guys are back and but it's a job for you must go down. For you to today, my poor, you may put on call it. People are abandoned mother. This is just like abandoned mother. Tanzania government to be election. Then we have a strand. Mother, we go the same thing. This is what crack all then the election and we have a strand. Which only do swear that it can never happen in the Biafralands. These are criminals in the Biafralands. Criminals in the Remazim and the Kano. Abahanket. Now, I'm on the Biafralands something more. I will do something. Okay, Mama committed suicide with them. Bomb blood. I can't bomb my but don't worry. Okay, I'm not genocide. I will die for them. A ball with a job for a ball with a job for one of the mad book. I move together. So bad. We don't know. Those are animals here.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night to all Biafrans all over the world. We salute you from our end. Thank you for being there for us, and thank you for joining us this evening. Depending on your time zone, we appreciate your synergy. We appreciate your sacrifices. We appreciate your commitment, your determination and concentration and focus on the Biafran mandate. And we are so happy to be part and parcel of this generation that is going to make another history after how many years. It's not been easy, but when we work together, it will be very easy for us to achieve. That is why we've gone far, and there is nothing anyone can do that will stop us from achieving Biafra. So please, as you join, do us the favor of inviting other people in by sharing the broadcast and sharing it to your Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, Twitter, and every other groups and social media that you can reach out to. With me in the studio is Mazi Ugo and Mazi Batukrai TV. So we are here again to keep the fire burning and to make sure that the voices of Biafrans are heard, and our yearnings and our wishes and our decisions of no election continue to ring the bell. It doesn't matter who is crying. We know the look face this time. Ahead. Now there we go. Mazi Ugo, I salute you from there.
Ndewo Mazi Sonny. Thank you. Biafrans, thank you so much. We must always stand in the gap. Everybody they hear waiting that happen. That means say waiting would they do the work. For my place, you get waiting there they talk. One man they call and make it go, make it come help. One man get money, so he buy goat for if they do something, they buy goat meat. He call him friend make he come help and kill the goat to cut am. So him friend dey come cut the meat. If he dey cut it, dey put for him bag, he dey look am. He say na so they dey do am. As he cut finish, he come carry him bag wey he put meat, dey go house. Ask him friend, shebi I cut am well. Him friend say no problem, dey go house. If I call you another day, you go know say you cut am well. Na so. So wetin you dey do, you don't need anybody to tell you now say you dey do well or you no dey do well. You don dey see the result, the impact, the effect of your sit at home, the effect of me and you staying here 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. We dey here, dey awake. Biafrans, we dey again. Now we dey win. We are winning. If they can tell you say they know they do election because Biafrans say they no want do election, they no even register. We dey go on. Memazena Dekalu live long and be strong enough to come out and embrace this joyful moment we are into and the one we are going into. He will go in with us. And may God keep Simon and give him wisdom and strength to carry us along and every other person. Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you, Mas Hugo. I appreciate your availability, even with the time differences. And to every Biafrans and every lovers of freedom there, we thank you. Oduduwas and Ambazonians and the entire Biafran people, the Middle Beltans, and even the Fulani that are fighting us, we are here. So listen to us so that you know how far we've gone, so that you know the next strategies to plan. All right. Mazi Battle Cry TV. Okay, you said you are on the road. Okay, when you come back, you can take the mic. So we will start by appreciating Biafrans for the sit at home of today. Biafrans, there's something you need to really understand because when MNK taught us that the only civil disobedience that one Nigeria will understand is sit at home, economic sanctions, and boycott all boycottables, cut everything off, disconnect everything that they are using to kill you. Many people did not understand. I want to connect a dot as we are commending you for the sit at home and making you to understand the reasons why it is very important. In America, they made use of civil disobedience. They made use of this sit at home that you see. There was a time women were not given right to vote. There was a time women were not given right to be in some specific positions of authority. Women were not even allowed to mingle or to even be amongst people that they speak of. So, what did the women do? The women protested. The women protested starting from their husband's bed. They used something, tie their very between. So as you be man, you cannot go and have your lovely time with your wife in the house. You cannot go and have your lovely time with your girlfriend or woman. So anything that answered woman or girl or female, they made sure all of them did all these things. Women that were working in bakery, women that were working in places that they clean, women that were also working in every other places, they shut down and then they stopped working. Do you consider how many women will be working in the hospital as nurses? Do you consider how many of them will be working as cleaners? Do you consider how many of them will be serving in different places just to serve breakfast to the boss or the oga? At that time, you go know the importance of woman. The women protested. That was a civil disobedience. They all went back with this systematic civil disobedience and then they stayed back at home. What happened? It touched the government of the day till that degree was abolished. They now gave them power to be able to vote and to be amongst people in all ramifications. That was a civil disobedience that speaks truth to power and against the power that be, and it worked out for the American people. Now, when there was also a boycott of the boss, many of you may have heard of the story that a black American cannot sit down while a swine of the West will now have to stand. No, you have to stand up and then allow that one will be the swine American to sit down. You as the black, you will stand as if no be the same God born all of you. So they were going with it for years. It took one lady one day to storm that decision inside the bus. And then there was a civil disobedience after then. They boycotted that bus. They decided to be using their leg to go to work. If they were to enter work 7, they would start leaving their houses by 4 a.m. Before that 7, they don't enter their work. Because that was a sacrifice that they wanted to do to be able to speak to the powers that be, to be able to free themselves. They did this, and then they went on for many months. And the government saw that they were losing money from the buses that the black Americans were boarding, because 95% of the hardened workers, the powerful workers, were the black Americans. Now, the other black Americans that had their buses and their private cars and their taxis, which they used for commercial purposes, what they did was that they had to make use of that their buses and that their own private cars to haulage their fellow black Americans from their homes to their workplaces without paying a dime. That was their own contribution to the civil disobedience, because it was a collective responsibility, and it was to what? To aiming and to getting the freedom of every man. So they contributed directly and indirectly. It took one person, a girl, to start the protest inside the bus. At the end of the day, it was everybody that followed the line, and then they went in like manner. They did not plan it before. Let me tell you one thing. They did not all plan it. So that many of you that will say, oh, all the Igbos or all the Biafrans or all the Ibibio or Shekiri or Urobo or Kalabari, all of us did not agree with Mazin Amdekano to go for Biafra freedom. Una dey craze. If una dey get that kind of mindset, una dey craze. At the time una say it took one girl to storm the government of America inside a bus. She did not plan it with anybody. The spirit of Chukwokike touched her on that very day inside the bus, and then she started this protest. And everybody now, seeing that it was something that was against humanity, they now did what? They followed same. So everybody went in line. Now, when you now came down to India, Muhammad Ali was a man that took and then led their own civil disobedience and protest, which ended the British Empire in India. It was a salt deposit which Chukwokike has given to the Indian people. British Empire said, no, nobody should pick anything from this place, because they, as the colonies, they have the power to take control. People now dying, they cannot even make use of the salt that God gave them in their own land. It took one man to now say we have to break this bone, because it is a bone of slavery. Muhammad Ali did it, and every other person followed. So when we are talking about the civil disobedience, MNK had studied the antecedents of what civil disobedience had given to people in their freedom mandate. And when you now come to look at the Zoological Republic, you see that they need iron hand. For you to use iron hand, you saw that when Nigerians wanted to use iron hand, when the youth wanted to use iron hand on them during the EndSARS, they go and bring all the army and the police and air force to come and kill them. You know, go work. So you need to use strategy. The strategy where we they use now, that is civil disobedience. And all of you have seen that the whole world are talking about your synergy, your focus, your tenacity, your determination on the civil disobedience of Sitatom and every other thing that you're doing. That is why they are all crying. So we want to say, keep up the good work. We appreciate your commitment. And we feel your pains. We are all in this together. We are fighting this cause so that we can restore Biafra, so that there will be a land that will be hopeful with milk and honey and fertile for everybody to have something to eat. So that all of us will not be abandoning our home to go to America, go to UK, go to Europe to go and look for better life. Whereas the green pastures, they are all deposited in Biafra land. So Biafrans, thank you for another remarkable day of the sit at home. We must continue because the worst is yet to come on. And I will always encourage you to say, remember, we are just entering. You still have more days. You still have more days to this sit at home, which is the time of the election. If they postpone it, we will also change the date. If they postpone it, we will change the date, follow them. So make una no forget. So thank you very much and keep up the fight because we just they enter the rough angle. Max Hugo, you have the mic to talk to Biafrans on sit at home and what they have done.
Well, Biafrans, we don't need to preach too much concerning sit at home again because we know, we see, we don't understand. Say the sit at home they work, if they enter, if they pepper them, they are crying. If you see the info where they today, the intel where they don't drop, no be saying the somebody, the INEC chairman or chairperson himself, that funani man na him, na funani man na him come talk am with his own mouth. He talk say 240 polling booths no go conduct election. He no tell you say they have shifted the date or they postponed them. No, he said there will not be election in those areas. And mainly, I think na only one central north, other ones will be south and the east.
Max,
And
please try to get that video for us so that you play it.
you want the video?
Yeah, you will
The
play it.
biggest, wait, make I bring am for you. The biggest number na for Imo State e dey. The biggest number na for Imo State e dey. And the thing wey dey sweet me for inside be say, e come talk say the people showed no interest in election. They showed no interest in getting the voters PVC. That they didn't show interest in validating the poverty, in validating the destruction, in validating their own killing, in validating raping of their children. Biafras, I hail all of una. God bless all of una. I hail everybody. You see why I dey talk say whenever I come line, I dey talk say everybody dey work. As long as you believe with your heart, you say only that you believe, you believe say this Biafra go come, and with your heart you believe say wetin we dey do, God go make am work. That one na your own work. Everybody must not talk. Everybody no get money, but everybody get something wey they go do. As I dey talk now na my own. Simon dey do na him own. Simon no fit come do the one wey I dey do. E no fit come dey type this thing wey I dey see everybody. Sometimes you go see one person, e go dey type comment in the continuously, e go dey type. Some people na to call, some people na to enter studio, contribute their own. Everybody, ekere orek. So we are all together in this. Both those that don't have data to join, both those that have data to join, everybody, we are, in short, I praise everybody, including myself. Oh, I follow, I follow you, share them. So, Biafrans, I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone. God will strengthen us the more. As we go in the more, Even as we are going into the toughest time, our days, God will be there. We no go know when we'll pass them. The important thing is that we have what we are targeting, and that our target we must get by the grace of special God. Let me get the let me look for the clip. The clip there too. Which one I go first? Okay, no, this one.
You play anyone. Even if there are two of them, you play. The
I
messages
don't
by
put them.
the
It come
okay.
back. It enter.
Yeah, you enter.
Okay. You know, say anything we they do the enter. You say you no agree. You say you know you can wait for it.
Okay, man, come out and bring them back again.
Uh
Ah, I don't go come out to go. No, come back, come back, come back. Network is messing up with us.
And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words somewhere, you will suffer if you don't repent from your evil ways. You take money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth. Biden doesn't know what is happening in Nigeria because they rely on the ambassador to feed them accurate information. And that is not happening because they've been bribed. And that is why people are dying in Nigeria. Nigeria is the only place in turmoil, not making it onto the front pages of newspapers all over the world. Nobody talks about it because they are all compromised. They've been bribed. We don't need your one Nigeria to survive. They tried, can you imagine the nonsense? They brought in their food blockade. They said we will not send food to the south. They are perishable goods. So the items got spoiled in the north. The government now turned around to pay them almost 500 billion.
Okay, welcome back, welcome back. Network is trying to play some pranks with us, but we have to overcome them. Let's see if the video can come.
Mazi Sunny there.
Yeah,
I been
I did. The video is not coming on.
thing that happen.
Use another pattern. Use plan B. Use plan B. Let's play another jingle while you work on that.
Can anybody hear me?
Planning have taken over.
Can you hear me? Just let me know.
Have settlements.
Is it working now?
Nobody can hear me.
Is it working now?
This is from my side.
I think it's from your side. You need to refresh. All right, let's play another jingle.
Planning have taken over our place. They have settlements. Like of course, Ipob, and other places that have some settlements. Planning have taken over that place. Killing children, men, anybody. Destroy all farms, everything and whatever in this land. They have destroyed all of them. Put cassava and rice, yam. Not only that, they will come to the people where people settle and also destroy their houses, collect everything they have, even the money. They will go there, stay the money, take foods, everything in the house. They also go to the bush, even put fires on their rice they cultivated. They will put fire on that rice. They have done a lot of things. But this recent one, they came and occupied in one place called Ipob and Ogbete in Buju Autonomous Community. Start torturing people there, start destroying their houses and everything. When the security people went to ask them what is happening, why are they doing this? they attack them. To a certain extent. We don't even know that there are as many as camping that place. We don't know. They attack the security. They have killed many people are in the bush. We are looking for many people missing. We have find about 2-3 cops lying down in the dead in the bush. No fear can catch anybody. Nobody can even go and vacate the cops. Some are in the hospital. Those that were shot that did not died immediately in the hospital. You can see men and women every quarter in our hometown now. You can see refugees. You can see in my house. People that run away and finding crying.
Are we back?
Okay, what did that happen?
Have you been able to get the video? Try to push it again. Let's see if it will come. We are live and direct on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and all over social media platforms. Please share, and let the broadcast go far and wide.
You know, agree enter.
Let's,
Wait, make I put them another way.
okay, bring it another way. We are here and no going back.
I warmly welcome you all.
Whichever way we will bring the video, whether the video no one come or but it go come.
Why didn't you know the responder now? Wait,
That video must come. Oh.
IPOB, one family. Biafrans all over the world. If we want safety and security for our people, then let's continue to support Eastern Security Network. All donations are welcome. No contribution is too small or too large. Do your part, knowing that freedom is in our hands and together we must all rise to the occasion. Go to our website to make your contribution, www.ipobinUSA.org/donate. And remember that freedom is not free, but together we restore it, farm by farm, forest by forest, house by house, and street by street.
All right, as we wait for the video, we need to come back. Let's listen to something here. Let's listen to this music. Okay, Mazugo is back. Have you gotten it?
yes, I don't bring them by all fire by means.
Yeah,
So,
by fire, by means, it must come.
by all fire by all means, I don't bring them come.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know what my system they do somehow. Just the block. You know they agree.
The network is one.
I tire for a more.
All right, play this one. Maybe Biafrans here.
You go agree play.
I warmly welcome you all to this meeting. We appreciate
Is it working?
Nationwide, but yet you found time to attend this meeting.
Yes, it's working. It's working. We can hear.
The short notice. We thank you for your presence and wish to assure you that this meeting will not be long, so you can resume your campaigns and other activities towards the 2023 general election. We have consistently assured leaders of political parties that the Commission will regularly consult you with a view to bringing you up to date on the preparations for the election. Let me therefore start with the issue of polling units. You may recall that in 2021, with your support and that of other critical stakeholders, the Commission successfully expanded voter access to polling units 25 years after the last limitation exercise in 1996. Consequently, the number of polling units increased from 119,973 to the current figure of 176,846. At previous meetings, we also briefed you on our efforts to redistribute voters to the polling units in order to avoid the congestion that made voting cumbersome in many of them nationwide. This requires the redistribution of voters to new polling units in proximate locations. Where they are separated by distance, this must be done after the voters. This has been done by our state offices nationwide. However, there are 240 polling units without registered voters spread across 28 states and the Federal Capital Territory. They range from 1 polling unit to 12 polling units in each state and the FCT, except Taraba and Imo states with 34 and 38 polling units respectively. No new registrants choose the polling units and no voters indicated interest to transfer to them during the last continuous voter registration exercise, mainly for security reasons. This means that no elections will be held in these polling units. In our avowed commitment to transparency, the Commission is making available to Nigerians a comprehensive list of these polling units by name, code number, and their locations by state, local government, and registration areas. With this development, the number of polling units where elections will hold nationwide on 25th February 2023 and 11th March 2023 is now 176,606. Hard copies of the list are included in your folders for this meeting. Above all, Nigerians deserve the right to know the locations of these polling units. Accordingly, the soft copy of the list has been uploaded on our website and social media platforms for public information and guidance. Once again, I wish to state that there will be no voters in these 240 polling units. Election will not hold in these polling units, and we have made the details of these polling units available to all political parties and to all Nigerians, as we'll upload the information on our social media platforms immediately after this meeting. Now, closely related to the distribution of voters is the identification of polling units. From the feedback we received from our officials and accredited voters following the recent nationwide mock accreditation using the PVAS, it is clear that some voters could not easily identify their polling units. This must not happen on election day. Consequently, the Commission is advising voters to confirm the locations of their polling units through a dedicated portal linked to our website. In addition, all voters who have been assigned to new polling units will receive text messages from the Commission indicating their polling units. We have also compiled the register of such voters.
One Nigeria receive text message.
Oh
I
my
know
God.
where to go. Hey, one Nigeria.
Oh my
I mean, allow it to play. Biafrans are enjoying it. Biafrans are
Are they
enjoying it.
listening very well?
Yes, so they are listening. They are
Now, they have to send you text message for you to know where you will go and they cast your vote. What about my mama when no get phone? When you want send them the text message?
they will send that text message through walking talking.
Who may not have provided vital numbers during voter
Hey.
registration or those whose numbers may have changed. Voters can locate and confirm their polling unit before election day by sending a regular text or WhatsApp message to a dedicated telephone number. Details of the simple procedure will be uploaded on our social media platforms shortly. As you are aware, We have less than 2 weeks to the 2023 general election. The Commission is finalizing the issuance of 1,642,386 identification cards for polling agents and collation agents nominated by the 18 political parties, made up of 1,574,301 polling agents and 68,085 collation agents. I urge the chairman and leaders of political parties to ensure that only agents accredited by the Commission and wearing the correct identification cards appear at polling units and collection centers during election and electoral activities. A situation where 2 or more agents claim to represent a political party, resulting in commotion at polling units or collection centers, is unacceptable. Only identification cards issued by the Commission will be recognized on election day, and violators are liable to arrest and prosecution for impersonation. Turning to the ongoing electioneering campaigns, the Commission is concerned about violent attacks on supporters of political parties across the board, resulting in extensive damage to property and even the loss of life in some cases. Let me once again appeal to chairmen and leaders of political parties to continue to call your candidates and supporters to order. I also call on the security, intelligence, and law enforcement agencies to arrest, investigate, and prosecute anyone involved in violent conduct, including incendiary statements capable of inciting the public and causing a breach of the peace contrary to the provisions of the Electoral Act. Once again, I welcome you to this brief meeting, and I thank you and God bless.
Let me begin by thanking Mr. Chairman for inviting us to this interactive session and state that political parties are always full of commendations for you whenever we have this opportunity to interact with you. Mr. Chairman, sir, I'm confident that, as it has always been in the past, IPAC and INEC will be coming away from this meeting, more prepared to face the onerous task of conducting credible, transparent, and acceptable elections in 2023. Going further, I wish to firstly reiterate the continual commitment of IPAC to the long-standing cooperation and mutually beneficial relationship between us and INEC. I want to use this occasion to also reaffirm the confidence of IPAC in the leadership of INEC for its consistent demonstration of diligence and common zeal and patriotism in the pursuit of the agency's statutory mandate. On the basis of our evaluation, INEC has been well on track. Leadership of IPAC additionally wishes to use this occasion to commend the efforts of INEC in confronting the extraordinary environmental challenges occasioned by naira redesign and fuel scarcity through Mr. Chairman's visit to the relevant agencies. Usually, a Siamese twin needed to be in constant agreement to enable them live together harmoniously. Also, it is said that a case that is discussed does not necessarily cause trouble. It is on this philosophical note that I want to thank INEC and her commissioners for constantly calling us to rub minds together because of Nigerians' political project. By what we hear and read in the news, your mock accreditation exercise was a success. That is very encouraging, as we know a mock examination cannot be taken to be the real examination, whose coverage is wider and complex. So far, the beavers that were used were reported to have performed perfectly. We are encouraged by this and also wish to appreciate INEC
So then we still need this side.
If this one no get sense, come on.
No, they don't try.
They don't try, Abi. Okay.
Mm. At least make una call Obi, make dem come.
Yes, sir.
Make we know how their mama wey dey village wan go vote. All of them when the child to Obi, they get phone, they don't get their text messages. When I dey talk say forget Nigeria, forget, they don't need you. I don't know why somebody tell you say I don't want you, you dey force yourself on that person. Yeah? I, they, this one will not see anything here.
For Nigeria. This is called divide and vote government, just like my brother put on the screen. Principal Ichuku, divide and vote government. You divide them, some parts will do the election, some parts will not do it. Because you know what you have planned already. Before they even come to, they don't already rig the election finish. They don't already know who will win and who
How
don't go
can
win.
you tell me that you are calling for vote, that they will send you text message to tell you your own polling station? It dey happen before. Your polling station is it not your in your community there?
Hmm.
Biafrans, make una wake up. Make una wake up. Biafrans, make una wake up.
I think the message is not even to Biafra. The message is to the one Nigerianist people. Because Biafrans already
Biafrans and the Yorubas, make they hear am.
okay. Biafrans already understand their stand. Now, I think the list is out. Let us show you something in the list. So that because Father Mbaka asked a question. He said, when you are killing the people in their communities, when you are raping them, when you are making life miserable for them, when you unleash the terrorists to go down and then kill their mothers, rape their children, slaughter their parents, then desolate the land, then hand over the lands to the terrorists. How do you now expect that places of this kind will be casting election and will be voting? From where or how will I now be going to go and vote if I have seen what voting from 1960 to this very day has done to us already? They say polling unit with no registered voters. So we ask the question. We are not here to read all this because they have already looked at this in that they are communicating. Let us just see the one where they make us laugh. They say they go come send on the thing for WhatsApp. they go send on the thing for message. They will send it to you for message and WhatsApp. Just like Matthew go ask now. Peter will be mama or grandmama when no get WhatsApp phone. How she go take how she go
They go
take
send P2B own and the P2B go come tell am. And they remember they said that some people that don't have, that they not register with their phone will have problem. That means if you don't register with phone, number one, forget voting. Then secondly, if you can't register with phone, wait for the text message. If you don't see them, maybe they go tell you say they don't send them for WhatsApp and you don't get data. Or NEPA don't take light for 1 week.
when light no day for you to charge your phone for the past 1 week, how will you be able to get it?
this, this, this one Nigeria they follow you.
For the past 1 week now, when I called my mom, I asked my mom, say, is your generator okay? She said, no, our generator don't spoil. So our generator don't spoil. Oh. Now, I can't ask am say, as your generator don spoil, how you take pump water to put for your tank? She said she now have to go and look for generator to rent. Now, I can't ask my mom say, now, when last did you see the NEPA light? She said e don reach 1 month o, she never see NEPA light. And even if they give NEPA light, the voltage will be very low that it cannot even pick television, talk less of to pick the refrigerator. So, for
Sonny, do
example
you
now,
know, do
mm,
you know, my children, my wife or mama, they never see her face.
yes,
If you
because
dey call am,
she know they use WhatsApp phone. Don't be so.
listen to me, listen. If you dey call for day, they know they get network unless you
Imagine.
call am direct.
Okay.
So for night, they go get network, they no go get light. So they no see her face, they no know as she come look, but they dey follow am talk as grandma. So they come forget say they talk to another grandma, my mama wey dey Lagos. So they we come talk with my wife and mama today. The same day, after some hours, we call my mama for Lagos. They come dey where light dey. He say, "Hey, mama, light today. You have light today, grandma. We have seen your face."
Not knowing that it's not the other grandma that they used to talk to in darkness. Oh, oh my God, see what Nigeria has
Listen,
taught our children to.
Nigeria can never give you anything that is good when it is good to use. They will make sure they give you that thing when it will be useless. Nigeria, very useless, wicked people. How can you tell me that you will send text message for the first time in my life? I am hearing that you will send text message to people that register that don't have telephone. Somebody that don't have the how many people have eaten to buy smartphone that you will send WhatsApp messages to? How many people have generator to charge their telephone? If you don't have money to buy data, hey, may God have mercy on us.
He said,
No, it's even good that it is happening so that those that believe they are Jagaban, they are Obi, they are Atiku, so that they will understand. Listen, just like this afternoon, I was telling Biafrans that listen, nothing you do, nothing you will do that will make Nigeria and the Britain Catherine Lang value your vote. Your vote is irrelevant. They're calling you to come out and vote is just to validate that I don't know, that ritual that people vote. If you listen to Olawumi, Ola said that before they selected Buhari in 2015, before Buhari was selected in party primary, they have already nominated Buhari in America to be the president. That means your election is not the reason why Buhari is the president. Buhari became the president because they have recommended him to be the president. Nobody in that country called Nigeria has been elected because you vote. No, they are there, they are appointed, they were all appointed, none of them were elected. Those that were elected they were all removed and swapped with the ones that are appointed. And somebody, I saw on television say, I think a Saturday, Sunday, I saw Obedient or Jagaban way wound or way die because they fight for campaign ground or they attack them on campaign ground. I say, look at this young man. What are you going to tell your God that you went to shout to Obi? What will you tell your God? You are shouting Obi. May God have mercy. May God open. No, no, we don't even need that mercy. Let God open our eyes so we can see, and open our mind and sense that we may reason and understand. You see them, useless people everywhere, mad dogs, mad monkeys, mad cockroaches everywhere. He said his name is Majestic Ozo. Exactly. You come here, we are discussing important thing. Is Simon that is your problem? You see how people are very stupid in their life, and their stupidity will carry them into grave. Useless people.
Nah, uh, one Nigerian matter just they make me laugh because when person never charge him phone for the past three weeks, they say make you
Mm.
go away
Three
for
weeks. Sometimes 1 month they go forget you now.
okay
Or
for,
or,
for
or
people who don't get
even if you know maybe you no get money to charge your phone, you no get money to charge your NEPA light. Eh? No be when you eat belleful you go charge light.
na so now. And now when you see chop phone, now you go put credit for your phone to be able to enter WhatsApp.
Hmm. Mhm. Hey,
So they now say they are going to send the message through a dedicated phone number. A dedicated phone number. So there is one phone number that will be done church dedication. When they do church dedication, that they do baby dedication in the church. So
they,
we use that
they go
number.
go meet Paul and then make he dedicate the phone number. Or they go meet Lord Jesus make he dedicate them. Because and then they pray for
Hey,
politicians.
one Nigeria. So Biafrans, we are winning. This is for you to see that you are winning. If you were not winning, you will not be seeing this coming out. Um, here, this page is not coming out very. Let's see if we can download this thing to make it to come bigger, because we need this photo to show you something. This photo is supposed to come big. Let's see if it can come big on the screen. Okay, I think the photo is able to come big now. Okay, we're on the page that is big now. All right. Once you go, you can see it very well, Abby.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Now, in Abia State, they say Abia North, Abia North. See, just the count them all. Abia South, Abia South, Abia South, Abia South, Aba, 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 Abia again, Abia again, Osisioma, Abia again. Now they count them.
Mm.
See polling unit here, oh. Polling unit here. See where the polling unit supposed to. Now be this. Polling unit now here is supposed to. Registration area now be this. So how come there was registration area, but now polling unit no come there?
Oh, but polling unit then, I no be polling unit at the see so.
Polling unit where they suppose carry out the vote, but time don't reach now. They tell you say they no go hold am for this two. Wait, let's go back here so that people will follow us very well. It's a full list of 240 polling units with no registered voters. With no
Mm-hmm.
registered voters. But you had a registration area that was there before. Then you can't get polling unit where you suppose go to the election. You are
So
winning, Biafra.
they are not telling us that all these polling units na ghost polling unit. Na spirit go there go register. While and do you know what? Malami said something. Malami said that they are okay and comfortable and reliable with the no, he said they are comfortable and okay with the decision of the INEC.
Of course, they have to be okay because any decision taken by INEC is to their own
They
advantage.
took it to no, they took it together.
They took it together, as you said. They took it together, and they are comfortable with whatever decision, because the
I wish
election is
my
to make sure they
people.
put a full animal in
Oh,
power, not to look at how do you will be safe. It is to make sure kidnapping continues. It is to make sure raping continues. It is to make
Sonny,
sure
Sonny, there's
cutting of
something
your
somebody
women.
said here. I beg, put on for screen. Yemi Okechi TV. He said kidnappers will take it up
Kidnappers
now.
will take it up
Any
now
text you receive concerning election,
concerning
please
election.
ignore
Please
it.
ignore it.
Because yes,
Yes,
now
sir.
so they go tell people come and vote here. If people go there, they go carry
Yes.
up.
Yes, sir. Very, very good. Very good observation.
You go here
So,
say they
Biafran,
kidnap many people when one go vote.
they go kidnap people through this means of say they will give you text. You will come with text message. When they tell you say you will come with text message, where that place again? You will come with text message with your number that is dedicated in the church. through pastor. Where go do dedication give you. So when they now give you text message, you now go from this text message that you receive on phone or maybe on WhatsApp or any other social media app. It could be kidnapper, it could be terrorists telling you come over to this polling unit. As you go there, your own don't finish. Oh. That is why we let Biafra stay and everybody in world Nigeria stay away from elections because it is just for what one Nigerian people. What we are talking about is freedom. They now went down to Adamawa, 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 Anambra in Idemili North, Anambra in Newi North, Anambra in Newi North again, Anambra in Newi North again. Here you have the registration place to be Obosi, Otolo, 1, Umunnim 1, Umunnim 2, Urago 2, Urago 2. And here is supposed to be the polling unit at St. Peter's Nursery and Primary School. Obi Umuyanwa Hall, Obi Odogu Hall 2, Ezenna Progressive Hall, Obi Najofo, Obi Esesioma 1. So this is all in Anambra, Anambra, Anambra. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Before we saw in Abia State, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, you now come down to Bauchi State. Bauchi, 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 Bauchi. You come down to Bayelsa. You come down to Bayelsa again. You come down to Benue, 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 Benue. You now come down to Borno, Borno. So, we dey ask some more question. With all these things where they here now, people where they don't massacre for this place, how can these people have the mind of saying they want to go and do election? What we say, they don't massacre their mama, they don't massacre their papa, they don't kill them, they don't slaughter them, and they are at the mercy of the terrorists. Now, in Borno State, to be precise, there are over 6 local governments that are in charge and in the control of Boko Haram, terrorists. So, are those people going to vote? No. Those places already are in charge of no elections, headed by the terrorists. But you don't go hear them, they make noise about that one. No. Now, the one where the Biafrans, they talk about on Oduduwa, that one they make news. We will show you waiting military they talk. After they don't already, they show you, say, all these places now, where we no go fit make election whole. You come down to Borno, 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 Borno. Now they say, okay, you come down to Delta State, Biafraland, Delta, Biafraland, Delta. You come down to Ebonyi, 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 Biafraland, Edo, Biafraland in Eho, Enugu, Enugu, Biafraland, Enugu, Biafraland, Enugu, Biafraland, Imo, These are the local government,
No,
though. These are the
no need to
legislation.
count Imo. Imo na 38. No, so Imo be highest.
Okay, Imo na 38. All right. Imo, plenty. See, Imo. Now, when you look at Imo, look at Olu. Look at Olu. Look at Olu. Look at Oaja Ebema. Now, you need to also be looking at all these places. Njaba, Isu, Ishala Mbano, Idiato, Abo, Abo. Here in Enugu, you see in Kano is Udene. All these places that you see here are places that Boko Haram and terrorists of one Nigeria brought in by our rulers have given them inches on them to slaughter people. So make una explain to us. If after you slaughter us and kill us in thousands and number, how do you expect that we will come to revalidate you to come back to kill us again? Because this election does not talk about our freedom. It does not talk about our development. It does not talk about our continuous existence. It doesn't talk about our survival. What the election is talking about is how they will continue to kill us so that they will aim what? The Islamization project. The conquest is here, which was started long ago. And the Fulanis, the people that fight and can never stop the fight that they are fighting until we get to their final destination. That is why Biafrans are not backing down. These generations of Biafrans, we don't come. No going back. So the list never finished. So let's get another list so that then we will try to circulate this list. We will try to download them because it's in picture form. So it's not in PDF. So we'll circulate it so that Biafrans can make it to go viral, so that they will see the importance of what they are doing and how what Nigeria is crying. Now you come back here, you see Imo State, you see Olu again, Olu, Osu, Olu, Osu, Olu, Osu, Olu, Osu, Oru East, Oru East, Oru East, Oru East, Oru East. You see Owo Mama here. This is Owo Mama. This is where they say they made the registration. This is the Owo Mama where Hopo Zodema made sure they massacred our people. A baby mother with a grandmother was born inside the house. And then that baby, that mother had the baby inside the womb. As they burned the house, the fire caught up with the woman, and then she tried to go and rescue the mother-in-law, who is an aged woman inside the house. And she went in, she succeeded. But she now, that took the risk of going to rescue the mother-in-law, she later died after passing through so much of excruciating pains in the hospital for weeks. And the baby that was inside the womb as well died. This is the work of Oblesus of the man, in our mama. Tell me how we can allow elections in Biafraland. So when you see them putting all these, our communities here, it is not because they cannot bring that election to come there. It is because of the stand of the Biafran people of no elections. Because we have seen enough. We have seen enough. All of you know what is happening in Borno State. All of you know what is happening in Benue. You see how they carry dead bodies of people in caterpillar. They use caterpillar to pack dead bodies of people. Tell me how you will now have elections in those places. With whichever trick that they are playing, we are not concerned. But we are trying to connect the dot here for people to understand that it is what you are doing that fingers the zoo that they now release memo of where they cannot hold the election. So they will sectionalize it to one side because the Biafran people have beef up their security and their preparedness. And it is top notch, and we're not going back on what we are doing because our people cannot be massacred and then they still go and revalidate their massacre again. You see, this is Imo. This is also is Owerri Municipal, Owerri North. Now you come down to Jigawa. This is Kaduna. Kaduna where every day that you hear that there is bombing, there is massacre, there is bombing, there is massacre. Jigawa. Kanu. You see Sabon, this is Sabon Gari, where they massacre people all the time, especially the Christians. Kanu, Kwale, Kibiya. Then you come down to Kanu, you see Nasarawa, you see Rogo. Let's see whether the list don't finish. No, make una bring more list, so make the list not finish. Okay, here we have Katsina. Let's bring the next list so that everybody will see. Our one as we say and so we bring them on. We know they hide them. So that everybody will see them. Katsina, KB. Kwara, you even see for Lagos. In Lagos now, in Etiosa, in Ikeja, all these places that you hear of, now places where people don't storm one Nigeria, where they don't massacre people. The people there now will say, no, enough is enough. Some now will be overrun by the terrorists. Some now will be allowed to take over by the government of the day. So when the people now stand against them and say, no, you cannot massacre us and allow this to happen, these are where you cannot see them take control. They stop the elections. And they are coming out to tell you, oh, it is because the people no register or they no do accreditation. This is a very big lie. It is the determination of the people that have scared them away from these places. And that is what we want you to understand. It is your formidability and focus. Why can't they tell you that it is Boko Haram that is stopping them from doing the election in all these places? Why they don't tell you like that? Oh, Boko Haram there for Imo State, or Boko Haram there for Awomama, Boko Haram there for Osu, he there for Olu. Why they don't go open and tell you why? Because they must deceive all of you. Biafran people are here to make sure you know what you don't know. Do not allow one Nigeria to deceive you. Because one Nigeria, their own is all about deceit. Deceit. Biafran people are winning. No elections in Biafraland because they have not finished release the list. So they have to release the list and then put all the provinces of Biafraland where our spokesperson of Biafra announced recently. They have to go back and reschedule the list because they don't know what is waiting for them in that other side. Maybe this list was released and pre-scheduled before that time. So they'll have to go back and have another meeting and bring it back again. You come to Plateau, you come to River State, Port Harcourt for that matter, Abuloma, Amadiama, hey, Port Harcourt for that matter. You see Sokoto, Taraba, plenty. Hey, Taraba plenty. Ah, the list never finished. Nah, so the list plenty.
240 no day here.
Wait, you should get the last one here, Mercy. This should be the last one. Now, Taraba, Yobe. This should be Samfara. Then we can see FCT. I been my eye, they do me.
Yes, FCT is included.
Hey, wait. If election cannot hold in Federal Capital Territory of one Nigeria, Nigeria don't finish now. FCT, City Center, Municipal, City Center, Karigi, FCT. I think at the end with this. So, Biafran, I don't see Amavi. All right, I'm not going to stay here for too long because everybody don't tire. But I see that Biafrans are following up what we are doing from the comment section. So let us show you people only one thing again before before we open the line so that I can give your comment because we are not going to stay for too long. So, your determination and focus of the Biafran people is what is making the zoo government to cry at this time and changing their strategies or their plans on whatever they plan to do. So do not be carried away because you are winning. Biafrans are winning. If Biafrans were not winning, one Nigeria will not be doing this. This one here said, Simon Ekpa, no group can stop the elections. Now military, Nigerian army say no group. And he's sending message to Simon Ekpa or what? I don't even get this message. Are you sending message to Simon Ekpa or you are telling us that we cannot stop election in Biafraland? Military commander, where Boko Haram to kidnap, they no fit talk anything. Now for Biafraland, now one can get power to tell us say you can do election. Come and do election, let us see now. Maybe we read within the right self. They say the military has assured Nigerians that the 2023 elections will hold peacefully in the southeast state and every other part of the nation in spite of the threats by criminal elements. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Loki Rabo, gave the assurance in Abuja at the 25th edition of President Muhammadu Buhari's scorecard series. So, the Nigerian Army report that the edition featured the Minister of Defense, Bashir Bankashi, who presented the scorecard of the ministry. Responding to a question on the threat by Simon Ekpa, responding to the threat or to the question on the threat by Simon Ekpa, led faction of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, to stop this year's general elections in the southeast states. Irabo said no person or group could stop the polls. Okay, Biafra, now here on against so Nigerian army, their muscles don't they do exercise when it comes to Biafrans and their readiness of no elections. But Nigerian army no get muscles to fight terrorists that have made all of you to be motherless, fatherless, friendless, and relationless. Our own no be say we won't be boycott election. Our own no elections in Biafra land, and we are prepared. So Nigerian army can do what they are doing when they get down to Biafra land on that day of election. They will see the readiness and the endorsement of referendum and the stand of Biafran people. If they have the power to stop the elections in Biafra land, they should stop the terrorists that is killing people first. And they should also, by proxy, release Martin Namdekano and give us so that we know that they can stop the election. He said the armed forces are working in concert with the police and other security agencies to ensure that the menace of criminalities from IPOB and Eastern Security Network are eliminated. Okay, this is where we're coming to make you understand that IPOB, Eastern Security Network, that we do fundraising every day to make sure that they are well taken care of, are not criminals. And they are not in any way engaging in criminalities. If Eastern Security Network were criminals, all of you that runs down to Eastern Security Network when your communities are invaded will not do so. You will not endorse Eastern Security Network to be your security outfit. Because since MNK launched Eastern Security Network, all of you have embraced and given your support. And they have been working amicably and protecting you from the assailant that comes in to kill you. So IPOB, in this very context, and Eastern Security Network in this very context are not the criminals. The criminals are the politically motivated thugs that are recruited by the government of the day, and also controlled by the Fulani people. And even the governors that we have in the East, these are the people that are in charge of the criminalities that we have in the East. And we have listened to some of the Igbo leaders talking and telling you their preparedness of recruiting some groups of headmen squad that will pave the way for the elections, before the elections, and after the elections. So we are all aware of this. Irabo also collaborated the position of Makashi that no territory of Nigeria is under the control of Boko Haram or any other terrorist group. Imagine now. Now they hear this one. Okay, now hear the news end. Your Nigerian army chief is telling you that no territory of Nigeria is under the control of Boko Haram or any other terrorist group. Mazuko. Mazuko. Mazuko, are you there? Mazuko, are you there? Mazuko, do you hear me? Mazuko can't hear me. Okay. So, Biafrans, the lines will be open for you to listen to air your views while we move on. You have evidences all over the place to understand that one Nigeria is in full control and context of the Fulanese. But when the Nigerian Chief of Army Staff is lying and deceiving you all, you should understand what it means. This is to cajole you into believing that the country is safe, whereas the country is not safe. All of you have seen what is happening and know everything that is going on in one Nigeria. You moving from the east to the north or to the west by road is not even safe. Talk less of this army chief or army commandant that was even kidnapped by the same terrorists. If an army chief of staff is kidnapped by the terrorists, how can the same army chief of staff come out and then be giving you recommendations that you should go out and vote that one Nigeria is safe and secure? One Nigeria is never safe and secure. So run for your dear life. No elections in Biafraland is what we are saying. We advise you not to fall a prey to what one Nigeria is going to do. The numbers on the screen can bring you through if you want to speak. And if you want to join the studio as well, let me put the link on the comment section so that you can join the studio and air your views. And please, let's be snappy because the time is going. And hit the link on the comment section and then join the studio, please. As you wish, and we move. Let's play this video because to make our awareness to go far and wide. This one now is from Roots TV, and there is something we still need to correct here.
One, on the 23rd day of February 2023, there will be sit at home.
Simon Ipob, the controversial spokesperson of the indigenous people of Biafra, on Monday, February 13, 2023, announced days and dates for the supposed lockdown and curfew in Biafraland during the upcoming presidential election in Nigeria. In a memo signed by Ipob and released via his Twitter handle, he declared a sit-at-home for Thursday, February 23, 2023, lockdown plus curfew on Friday, February 24, 2023, and Saturday, February 25th, 2023, Sunday, February 26th to Tuesday, February 28th, 2023, he declared as sealed. He added that the dates are subject to review. Meanwhile, a former chieftain of the defunct National Democratic Coalition, Ralph Obioha, has asked the people of Southeast Nigeria to ignore any calls asking them to boycott.
Please don't call yet because your calls are truncating the the video that is playing. The video is from WhatsApp. Don't call yet, please.
General elections. In a press statement released on Saturday by the elder statesman, he appealed to Ndibo to ignore anybody calling for boycott of the 2023 election and come out to vote, as election boycotts in the southeast will likely dampen the maximum turnout of voters that is expected in the southeast. The statement, which reads in part, said, Igbo elder statesmen are solidly behind Obi, not merely because he is Igbo, but because he unarguably possesses and fitness to be a president. I wish to address the rising fear that the Igbo vote might be suppressed by the rhetoric on election boycott emanating from a disaffected high-ranking member of Ipob based overseas. I use the word disaffected because it is my understanding that a mainstream Ipob led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is openly opposed to any election boycott. The statement also urged the Muhammadu Buhari government to release the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, before the election, not only because he deserves his freedom, but also because his release will obliterate the only justification offered by those that are calling for an election boycott. Responding to the statement by Chief Obioha, Eba, in a statement released Monday, said the Biafra people are not calling for election boycott. Rather, they are stopping Nigeria from conducting election in Biafraland. He said, Nigeria cannot be allowed to conduct election in Biafra, where an estimated 45,000 have been killed, 10,000 are missing, 7,000 are illegally held in custody, and over 3 million have been displaced from their homes since 2015. While he calls himself a chief and claims to have the interest of Ndibo people, we oppose a part. They are following the script of the Fulanis by not even mentioning Biafra, rather Ndibo. He called on Biafrans to ignore the Igbo elders, calling them to come out during the elections.
Now you know who are your problems. You know who are your problems, and you see them. So when you see them tomorrow, you will know where they are coming from, which are the Igbo elders. He did not talk about the Biafrans, just like our spokesperson responded to him. He was talking about the interests of Igbo man. He was only talking about the interests of Igbo man. But he forgot that thousands and millions of Biafrans, especially the Igbos that he claimed to want Obi to be president, are behind bars. And thousands and millions of them are being killed every day. And it is to this very end that ESN was set up. He is in far America or UK, that man that they showed his face there. So he does not understand what freedom is all about because he is enjoying the comfort of America, where people fought with their blood. They sacrificed everything to make sure America is a place for them to come to be and to enjoy. So maybe his pocket must have been registered in the government's coffers. That is why what is happening is happening. Mazi Scofield, welcome to the studio. Ndewo from here.
Yes, sir. Mazi Sonny, good evening or good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Right on, right on.
Okay. God bless you, sir, for the big work that you're doing. I really appreciate. And I think Mazi will have gone. He has left or he's still coming back. I don't know.
Mazigo is behind the scene. Continue with your contribution. Okay. Mazigo is behind the scene.
Okay. You see, the truth is that These people, they know they have lost. So they are all aware they have lost it. The only thing I'm saying here is that yeah, we have seen the whole thing and we're seeing it that even they themselves know they have lost it and there's nothing much they can offer. So the issue is that our people have to prepare themselves in the sense that since sit at home has been declared, nobody should come out that day. That is the number one thing. If you are not outside, whatever happens between the gallant men with the Nigerian military, that is between them. So, but I'm trying saying this so that the masses should be out of the problem that will come up on them that day. So everybody should try their best, sit at home, don't come outside, let the streets be empty for them to dance whatever music they are going to play. That is for the election. And as for you see, this list they give to you shows that they are already running away because they themselves know this thing will be difficult for them to control. And that is why you see that the list of the places that they are not going to have elections is more and more in the southeast. Is another way of try to play games and try to make the world feel like they have a reason not to conduct election in that place. So they are always prepared for their games. So some of these people talking, some of those Nigerians coming to say these things or try to say a lot of things that are not really real. They don't understand because sometimes things have not happened to them. So when these things happen to you, you understand what the pain where some of us are going or what which some of us are passing through. I was there in 2019 and I know what happened. The promises that Dave Umar gave. And after the election, we also know I know how he won the election. I also know how he became a governor and what we did to make him a governor. But after it all, what happened? Where is Dave Umai? What was the end? What was the benefit that the masses got from him? What did the people that worked for him get from him? Every single soul who contributed or who did a lot of things, a lot of dirty things on that 2019 regretted ever working with Dave Umai. And these are the same three promises P2B is giving to people now. And people are running after him. And let me quickly say this. Those that are running after P2B, those that are doing some of these things, coming to the media, coming to the platform to say a lot of things, bring a lot of things, they know the truth, but they can't say it. That is because they are only after the income, the money they are going to get after the election. You see, these people have sucked a lot of money. The last election, they talk about card reader. We use the card reader. And when the time comes for the casting, for the voting, the card reader will always disconnected. And the same thing is going to happen to the beaver. The same thing is still going to happen. They always find a way to maneuver the whatever electronic device they brought for them so that the unit will end up saying, let's go for the mana. And immediately they call for that mana, that is where they maneuver the whole thing. Do you know, in during the election, some certain dead people that have died for 20 years, 10 years ago, their, their cards will be brought out and they will vote on election day. That is the place people call a country. I don't know how to educate our people again for them to understand these things. People should just step away from these people. And the best thing and the most interesting thing that can happen to anyone is when you have your own freedom, your own independence. So I try to talk to our people, let them have this sense of understanding. This thing cannot work. We and these people, we are not one. Even the Bible you say talks about one two cannot work together except they agree. So we and these people, we can't work together. We have never agreed to one another, and people have to understand that. So we shouldn't be letting politicians to come and use us, earn income, and have more money. This issue of the bank issue have just exposed the whole thing. You see that the money we have in the country is just within the range of some certain categories. The money is just within some people. So the same thing that the CBN has done and have shown to the world that this money, the money is just within the politicians. So it doesn't get to the masses. That is the simple explanation to it. And we'll continue doing this thing. Somebody wants to come and waste our time for another period of 4 years. We'll still go into this slavery. After that 4 years, we'll still go into it again until we finishes 8 years or whatever. That is if at all is coming there. Because I know myself that he himself can never smell that place. And he himself knows. But I don't know why people are speaking, trying to convince people to go into slavery for another 8 or 4 years. That thing doesn't make sense for me. So the best thing anyone can do if you are from Southeast is stay away from this day. All from that 22nd, from that 23rd, everybody should sit in his house and forget about coming out for anything. I don't think if the criminals didn't see you on the road, they wouldn't have anything to do to you. So these people, they know what they are doing, but they are not going to come out to tell you that, oh, we know we have lost the idea, you know, we have lost the formula. They won't say it because it is to them, it's public, it is great. But they will come out to start saying things is just to try to make those that are ignorant to fall victim of what they are doing. Mazi, I give you so much for this program tonight. You have really brought our attention to a lot of things. So thank you very much. And this is the letter I have to say to our people this night. Thank you, sir.
Mazi Scofield, thank you very much for your submission. And
Thank you.
we'll love to have you again some other time. And Mwada will be on the phone. You may go on, please. Biafrans are listening. There we go.
Okay. Hello, Biafrans. Love path of freedom. And I just want to add to what they've done already. It's a good thing to have this our media team who has been up and doing resilient. They never want to give up, even with the shambles and the nonsense going on. They want to distract us. They want to disturb us. We are focusing on the ball. You can see that we are consistent, as our leader said. Listen to instruction. Anything you hear, you do it. Enter your house. When you hear enter house, unless you want the Fulani to use you as sacrificial lamb. Am I coming out loud?
Very well, Adama.
Yes. Ada Biafra will come back fully very soon. Anywhere you're watching their program, make sure you hit on the like button to encourage them, to others to come and listen. We are not giving up. Our leader is still in DSS dungeon. 6 days at home or 5 days at home. We never kill anybody. If you remember that our leader is still there, they are not talking about it. In fact, all this media that you see, the Punch or the television, what is this, NPA or channel nonsense, this channel charlatans, they don't sell. They don't get viewers until they talk about our leader, Mazen Nandekano, IPOB, Simon Ekpa, or anything concerning Biafra. They will not sell. Nobody will buy their newspaper. They can't do without us. You can't keep our leader, even when the court have said and you want to conduct the election in my house? Come on now. Biafrans, wake up. Reason very well. They will not hold your father or your mother in their custody and come to your house and say, we want to celebrate Christmas. Can you allow that? Can you allow that? Please, Biafra, be steady. Don't ever get distracted. Be focused. Make sure your eye is on the ball. That is when if we can flop them, if we can deal with them on this election, our freedom is there. That is it. Because they want, in fact, let me tell you the bitter truth. Obi and all these politicians connive together to kidnap our leader. If you don't know it today, that this is the time when we're supposed to tell them that we know why they kidnap our leader. We know why they refuse them to leave our leader. We know that it is a time like this that made them to kidnap our religion, our leader. Don't ever, Ada Biafra from Chicago, is the last person to give up until Biafra is restored. You, one of us, please make something. Your comment, your share, your subscription, your comment is making it going viral. International committees have started talking about us. Remember, nobody is going to fight your war for you. You are a bit of before Mother. Nobody will come to separate fight if you are not fighting. You must start something, and the war is on your doorstep. Burundi is there. Iswap is there. And the minute from what is her name that is telling you to go and get PVC is in Nigeria. The last ambassador, Kakaro, what is her name again? She have never opened her mouth to condemn the killings of Biafra. This man that says
yeah.
She never condemned the killing, and she's in Nigeria. She has been in Nigeria since. This man that you saw that is saying we should support P2B did not say anything about the killing of Biafra. Have you seen him saying anything about our leader, Mazen Nandekari? No, because that was their game plan. So we want to make the kidnap of our leader, Mazen Nandekari, useless for these people. It will be useless when we do not validate this killing of our people, raping of our mother, raping of our women, killing of our python dancing, crocodile smiling, Ihamuku, Asaba massacre. They didn't commit no crime. God bless you. I love you. I am always with you.
Thank you.
God bless you all. Stay blessed. Happy Valentine's to all of you. Ada Biafra, love you. Take some kiss. To all Biafra and lovers of freedom.
Thank
Bye.
you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. We missed a caller on WhatsApp and we are calling you back now. There, Womazi, welcome to the program.
Yes, I was thinking that you guys are finished. I wanted you guys to maybe to assist Raf. There is a guy that is in America that have a television station. So we just enter Raf program trying to know some things about what is going on. You understand? So right enter now already again. So they are trying to one guy have a he say he have a television station in America, so that he always is news like within America, but he just enter now trying to know more about the Biafra issue, you know.
Okay.
So Bright and Raf is here now trying to engage him to explain to him about what is going on in Nigeria, you know.
All right.
So I was thinking maybe you have heard the program, so you guys can join together to engage the guy to explain to the guy a lot of things, you know.
No, the guy can contact the guy privately. Then, if the information he needs is not enough, then we can feed him with more information for publication.
Yeah, because the guy is still like with them now, trying to know more things. He's asking them like about the refinery in Nigeria, about this Dangote issue and all those things. But they are trying to, this guy just enter now, Bright just enter now, they are engaging the guy, trying to explain to the guy what is going on in Nigeria, you know, about the current issue.
It's okay. Go and keep the fire burning there and tell Raf if they need more in-depth information, they should contact the man privately and then finish it there.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. Maybe you can send the message to Rap so that they can get the guy contact too, you know, so they can see you that way to spread the news again. It's very important.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you to Biafrans and lovers of freedom listening from all over the globe. We thank you for being with us this far. I think we won't be taking more calls again because of time constraints and because we want you all to go and take some rest and relax and wait for tomorrow. Our freedom is in our hands and it cannot be given to us on a platter of gold. We have to fight for it inch by inch, neighborhood by neighborhood, rooftop by rooftop, and with everything that we have in our hands. So we should not think that it is going to be business as usual. But there is one thing you must understand, that no matter what anybody does, it is not going to stop us from the restoration of Biafra. The genocidal tendencies that is enunciated by UK, US, Europe, and all the criminal bodies and UN and International Criminal Court in order to blackmail and also to bring us down on what we are doing. Nothing of such is going to come to weevil our resolve. We are not going to shake in any way. When you saw the communique from the Nigerian Chief of Army Staff telling you that he is going to stop election and that he's going to stop our mandate of no elections, and also telling you that no matter what happens, election will hold in Biafraland. We are telling them, bring it on. There is a video yesterday that showed how they are bombing Biafraland. I don't know whether many of you have seen the video. Because a lot of us are so focused on these elections. You forget what is happening in your communities. You don't know that your communities are under siege, that we are in war. All you do is to go and fixate your eye on the elections and follow them. While many of you are going after the elections, while many of you are going after who becomes the next criminal president of one Nigeria, there is a shocking news for you. Because when you go and then leave your family, leave your security, leave your Biafra that you're supposed to focus on, you go and concentrate, sacrifice your life and energy and everything that you have to one Nigeria. By the time you come back home and your communities have been taken over by the terrorists, be your fate? Question I'm asking. What will be your fate when you come back to see that your communities have been taken over by the terrorists? These are the questions you should be asking. What will be your fate? Let us show you something here. Because a lot of people may not understand or may not agree with what we are saying and when we are saying it. It is either you fight your way out of one Nigeria or you continue to remain slaves forever. But you know what? The Biafran people made up their mind not to remain slaves forever. They have made up their mind not to allow the subjugation, the massacre, the killings of our people to continue. Watch this video now so that you see the reasons why you must support ESN with everything that you have in your pocket.
For those of you who do not know or may not know,
is the sound coming out? Because I can't get the sound from my end.
This video you're going to
It's coming.
Okay. Martin Scottfield, you can hear it, right?
So watch
Yes.
Okay.
see what is going on. Because many of you are running after 2023 presidency. While there is war ongoing and the Biafran Liberation Army are fighting with everything that they have. And this is why we implore all of you to support ESN and donations on the website, because more are happening. Watch and see where were bombs in Biafra land and what the Biafran Liberation Army are doing to safeguard you that is running after 2023 presidency. If you continue running after 2023 presidency, while the terrorists that have been given coming by the same chance that you are to vote are coming to kill you and then bomb your entire community. By the time you finish talking about 2023 and come back to your houses, you will not have a house to stay. You will not have a village to stay. You will not have a community to look up to. And your children and women will all be wiped off. So it is high time you wake up and then come back to understand that we are in war and that the people that are fighting us are not focusing on the election the way you do. But they are planning strategies of how to invade your communities and lands, kill all of you, slaughter you into pieces, and then take over your lands. So wake up, because we are at war.
See the fan where they control the bomb, where then they throw from the fighter jet. Have you seen it? I am showing you for you to know. Yatago. are fighting a loose fight, a very loose fight. A loose fight. So you see, see the see the impact of their bomb today. But if you call them to come see waiting them throw here now, then go say, now like say they was thinking that everywhere will be condemned. But you look at now. Look at. This is autonomy that the world will know that the finals come. They have come to destroy us, but they cannot destroy us. This is where their bomb land. Scatter all this place. Now the bomb caught this tree.
Because we are at war.
Okay, that is because we are at war. And because we are at war, what we should be doing is to focus on the liberation mandate. What we should be doing is to focus on strategies, not to focus on distractions. Because the election is a distraction. It takes your focus away from planning of how to defend your land. It takes your focus away from planning of what you can contribute to your security. Like the commander in that video made clear, that is where the bomb landed. And that was the shaft which you saw. Do you understand? Now, if all of you and I do not do fundraising and raise money to make sure our security on ground stand their ground and they are able to get every weapon that they need to fight the terrorists, what do you think would have happened? All of you that are running to go for a political rally, before you come back from the rally, your houses will be on fire. Your communities will be taken over. Your mothers and children or sisters that you left in the house, Fulanis will rape them and cut them to pieces. While you are shouting election for Peter Obi, election for Ekwankoso, election for Atiku, and election for every mad person that is there. It is not time for election. It is time for freedom. What we want is freedom and not election. That is why we cap up our message with no election in Biafraland is our cause. No elections in Biafraland is the message. You are warned to stay away from Nigeria's 2023 election activities in Biafraland. So make the message to be very, very clear. And remember that these days are very important. These are the days that you need to stay in your houses. No rat, no monkey, no goat, no dog should come out. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 of February are the 3 days that will make Biafra a very remarkable time. And these days are subject to changes, depending on what one Nigeria brings up on the table. If they bring up changes, like they told you now, from the communique we read before, they said they are going to send messages of where people will now go and vote to them in their dedicated phone number, and their WhatsApp and their Telegram and Instagram and Signal and whatever. By the time they change the locations of where they wanted to keep the election, and they change the date, and they change the venue, we are also going to change this date that you see here. So, whichever way they turn go, we did. So all of us need to be prepared, because when you are fighting with monkey, you have to use one long spoon, and you don't need to put your hand very deep inside the pot to cook your own food. So Biafra should be ready and keep up the faith. And please, you know that you are able to buy Android phone. Your people in the communities or in the villages, they cannot have Android phone. What they can only have is a small Nokia that they can, or Intel, that they can just hear hello, hello, and see only messages. So please, pass the message of no elections in Biafra land to them in their communities. Just as the flyers are going around, let your voice also count to them. No elections in Biafra land is the message, and it must be circulated all over. Don't say you were not informed, please. Do not say you were not informed. And remember this date very, very well. Also remember to pray for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu with the readings of Psalm 35 from 1 to the end. Simon Ekpa, ESN, Biafran Army, Biafrans in Diaspora, Umuada, the media team, yourself that is in diaspora, and those that are in Biafra land. Then pray for the destructions of the zoo, because the zoo is falling every day. The zoo is falling every day. Then hashtag we stand with Simon Ekpa. No 2023 elections in Biafra land. These are the messages that we have, and you should make it to go very, very far and wide. Your prayers of every day of destroying world Nigeria is working. And you can see that everywhere is revolting against the government of the day. It is making the breakaway of the Biafran people and the Dudu people and the Middle Beltans that wants freedom very simple and easy for them to be able to break away. When forces are coming from left center to fight, the protagonists will get confused and will not know where the next bullet will be coming from. Whether it will be coming from the Duduwa people or the Biafran people or the Middle Beltans or the Hausas that wants to stand for their lives. That is why every hand must be on deck. On this very note, we say thank you very much, everyone. Mazi Cotfield, you have to give your closing remarks to Biafrans in some minutes so that we round it up. Thank you for being in the studio. There we Mazi.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I hope I'm coming out clear. Okay. I want to say to my brothers and sisters out there, thank you for so much for the journey so far, where we have gotten so far. I really appreciate. Some of us have been away because of these people, and when we talk about them, when we cry, when we lament from diaspora, the way we are talking, the way we are coming to you people downtown will not understand us, but they have frustrated us so much. That's why we have to step away from them. And every one of us want to come back home. Every one of us want to come back and develop our place. And the only way we can do this is by separating ourselves, coming out from them, so we can be able to focus our attention, develop our region, develop our place. That is the best way. So I urge everyone, I want to beg everyone, this election is not needed. It is not important. You see, if you check the history from beginning, they have always used someone within our territory to deceive us. During the time of Obasanjo, they used Alex Ekweme, and 90 minutes to it, they gave him some money, he stepped down. It has been happening. They have used this to be before, and 90 minutes, he walked out of the way. The same thing. Now they find another way of using him in a very global way. The United Nations, the EU, they are all aware of what he's doing, and they are standing by his side. They are trying to use him to bring the attention of the Biafrans back. That is what we do not allow to happen. So I want everyone to place his attention on this particular seat at home. There is nothing like election in our land. So everybody should step away from the election. Forget about those politicians, forget about those following the politicians. They are only following them because of their packet, and that is all. There is nothing good that is going to come out of this election. So we don't need it. Thank you very much, and good night, everyone that is viewing us or hearing us this moment. Thank you, Biafrans.
Thank you, Mazi. Some people wrote on the comment section, why is my YouTube channel not working? The YouTube channel has been sanctioned by YouTube, and this broadcast that we are doing now, we are coming out from this Biafran Sunny backup TV. So this is where we are now. For the meantime, until we see if we can have the old channel back. If we can't have it back, we continue from here. So if you're watching from Biafran 247 or Biafran Battle Cry TV or OB Ada Biafra. This is how you can get and follow us and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You just type Biafralands Sunny Backup TV. Type it now on YouTube and search. Then it will direct you to this very channel where we are watching this live broadcast. Now, this is the live broadcast going on now, and then you continue to watch from there. So, Biafralands Sunny Backup TV is the name. So just follow it up from there, and then you subscribe, and then we go. The caller on WhatsApp, we are rounding up. That is going to be the very last caller of the day. So, we will temper justice. Caller on WhatsApp, we had to pick your call because we don't send that. Let's give you this, please. We're rounding up, so use your 2 minutes very well, please.
All right, thank you so very much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I pray that God will continue to strengthen you up. And His protection continue to be upon every one of you. Every one of you, because you all are making us proud. You all are putting meanings to our lives. You all are making, people begin to look us with some reasonable sense of humor now, just because they know that a lot of you are fighting against us. So I'm just calling you just to say thank you, and God will strengthen every one of you, and His hand of protection on every one of you. I know it's not easy, but there's no election in Biafralands. That's just the whole thing. And we'll keep the message around. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Mother. God bless you. And thank you for taking the last message. Thank you. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. That is that, and we are rounding up for the day. So please follow us on YouTube with the name here that you see on the screen. Just type on YouTube and then you hit the subscribe button, enable the notification bell so that when we come live, you will be able to get every notification, just like this. There you go. Biafralands Backup TV. This is where we are now, and we want you to follow us there. So thank you so much, because One Nigeria has come to an end, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. So to Biafrans, from wherever you are, we love you, and we say keep up the fight. From here, from us.
I cannot guarantee you that any elections will hold anymore in our land.
And killing of armless and defense IPOB members and Mossab and other Biafra agitators, this can no longer be tolerated by us. We, the unrecognized voices of the IPOB autopilot, as they call us, all over the world, demand with immediate effect the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB.
I cannot guarantee you that any elections will hold anymore in our land.
We hereby declare no election, no 2023 general election in Biafra land. This no election in Biafra land has been activated. We are going to make it a task that must be done by every Biafran. All measures will be put in place to make sure the adequate civil disobedience is implemented to stop the election in Biafra land.
I cannot guarantee you that any elections will hold anymore in our land. I don't know what. I don't know if we are suffering from politicians. I don't know where this disease is coming from. We must cure it. I want our enemies to understand how fanatical we are about this quest to liberate Biafra from the shackles of the iniquitous zoological republic. You need to understand this very clearly. We are not going to stop. We are not going back. I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter what your report says. I don't care the countries putting it together. It is irrelevant to me. What matters is the liberation of Biafra. Therefore, if Katrina Lang has any brain in her skull, if all those idiots encouraging the zoo to continue, if they have any brain in their skull, they will say, let us allow Biafra to go with their trouble, because I can assure you, as night follows day, that Biafra must come or we all die in the process. Do you know why? Because what we are looking for is what belongs to us. I am asking for something that I had before the white man came. White man is not God. He's not God. God is in heaven. I assure you, God Almighty is in heaven, and His will must be done upon our lives. They are not God. Nobody can create a country for me. I decide where I want to belong to. The people must decide if Nigeria is the country or not. Not a white man and a white woman. All these idiots suffering from inferiority complex. Shame on all of you. You are foolish, useless black people. Because of your stupidity, that is why Africa is being treated the way it is today. Flash can more or less. As Trump said, Chico. A white man has no business creating country for me. Because I am the kind as a black man, I cannot go to Europe to create a country for them. Why then should I allow a white man and a drunken white woman to come to my land to create country for me? If you accept it, you are inferior.